chance at Bristol City. Vardy in!
Oh, he's done it.
As well as got the finish.
Here goes Bell. It's a brilliant run from Sam Bell all the way!
Ruthless stuff from Bristol City.
The bank holiday Easter weekend, famous for its festival of football, and for Bristol City, it begins at the Bet365 Stadium this afternoon. City will be frustrated to be heading to Staffordshire without a win under the belt after a dominant performance against Reading at Ashton Gate on Saturday. The spoils being shared between the sides after Lucas Shaw's header cancelled out Tommy Conway's opener. Today's opponents, Stoke City, are 5 unbeaten in the Championship and have earned maximum points in the last 4 of their 8 matches. But can the Robins spoil the Potters' Easter party? The Bet365 Stadium is certainly a happy hunting ground for the Robins, in years of late having won their last 4 visits. Stoke ran out victors at Ashton Gate prior to Christmas, so City will be aiming to return the favour, and in doing so they would leapfrog the Potters to 13th in the league table. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Robins TV, live from Ashton Gate on Good Friday. A very happy Easter to you. So, yes, it's a visit then to the Bet365 Stadium, and my guest today has impressed on the right flank and in the season has scored 5 goals in all competitions in 32 appearances. It's none other than City midfielder Mark Sykes. Welcome to Robins TV, your first time.
Yeah, it is. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we get a good result today.
Fingers crossed. Now, we're sort of in the run into the end of the season now. How does that sort of affect the mood and the energy in the camp?
Yeah, I think the manager recently has been massive on not slacking off in games. I feel like every player should have something to play for at the minute, whether it be a new contract, whether it be to stay in the team or to try and get in the team. So we're looking to try and finish as strong as possible this season, and hopefully we can start off by doing that today.
Earlier in the week, in one of his press conferences, Nigel Pearson said, I want a performance that's full of energy. What do you think he means by that?
Just basically no one slacking off, like I say. I feel like that today's team is kind of proved his point there. He's brought in Sam Bell today, who I feel like he'll run his legs off no matter what, wants to stretch the defence, and same with Andy on the other side and Tommy in the 10. So got a lot of legs and energy in there, and just want to start well and hopefully try and get the result. Now,
one of the benefits of having Mark with us today is that he can give us a little insight as to what goes on in the sort of dressing room and what the lads like. Apparently Tommy Conway's got a new haircut today, is that right?
No, Sam Bell.
Sam Bell's got a new haircut.
Yeah, a lot of the lads are saying he might have a new girlfriend at the minute. He's one of the lads he's a single lad, as far as we knew, but he's going for a new trim. Maybe it's just a summer one.
Love it. Very good. We'll try and get some more insights out of Mark as we go through the course of this afternoon. Right now, though, the team news is in from West Yorkshire. Let's cross then over to Toby Osborne, who's got the latest detail.
Thanks very much, Downsy. Well, Alex Neil, naturally after dismantling Coventry last weekend, names an entirely unchanged squad this afternoon. The back four has 40-year-old Phil Jagielka at the heart of it, who last weekend marked 800 professional games, which is quite a remarkable achievement. Look out for Kai Jana Hoover as well at fullback. Since joining from Wolves on loan in January, he has 4 goals and 1 assist in 9 games. Stoke City have dramatically improved following the loan signings that they made in the January transfer window. Someone else making an impact is Will Smallbone in midfield, someone Mark will know from the international scene. Either side of him are Tyrese Campbell and Jacob Brown, the latter scoring in the win for Stoke over the Robins at Ashton Gate. And then up front, former Manchester United man Nick Powell leads the line in the absence of Dwight Gale. A familiar face on the bench as well in the form of Frankie Fielding, yet to make an appearance for the Potters. One change for the Robins. Mehmeti drops out and Sam Bell, with that new haircut, comes in to replace him. The back four that we've become accustomed to remains De Silva, Pring, Viner and George Tanner. In midfield, Omar Taylor-Clark keeps his spot after impressing alongside the experience of Matty James. Vyman is beyond them, tucked in behind a front three of Bell, Wells and Conway, who has 7 championship goals and 10 in all competitions now, following that strike that earned a point last weekend. The spot on the bench for Callum Wood and Harry Leeson again as they look to make their debuts for Bristol City Football Club. Let's hear out from the manager that picked the side today. It's Nigel Pearson.
Nice, let's start with team news. Sam Bell starting today.
Yeah.
Given him and the other front three, you must be encouraged. A lot of goals in that team.
Well, we need to start scoring more freely in open play. We're aware of that. We've got quite a lot of what we would call legs, energy, and we'll need that today. Stoke are in a very good run of form and have been dominant in their games of late. We've got to try and create situations which put them a little bit on the back foot too. So, Sam comes back in because he gives us that ability to run in behind at pace. We'll also need him to work hard out of possession too. Today's game is going to be a big challenge for us, but the players are in a very positive mood, which is good, and we will need the squad to be ready to perform today. So, okay, Tommy starts again today. Don't expect to see Tommy for as long as he played the other day. We're going to have to, I'd like him to be available for the game on Monday, and if he plays in that game, he'll, the 2 games that he's had will be a massive benefit for him.
Beautiful day here in the Midlands.
Yeah.
In terms of turning the positive display you had against Reading into 3 points, what will be the key, do you think?
Well, we've got to be clinical, and when we have chances, we've got to, I've said to the players today, they've got to be enjoying the football now. We've got an opportunity between now and the end of the season to really show what we're about. But to do that, of course, the players need to play with a freedom themselves. And so, as much as anything, we've got to be brave enough to make positive decisions, not safe decisions on the pitch. We know we're a bit short in some areas, but it doesn't matter. It's more about us being, like I say, as positive as we can. It's a fast pitch today, so it should suit our forwards. So let's see what happens. But we're going to have to be at our best to win.
All the best.
Cheers, thanks.
That was Nigel Pearson talking to Dave Barton in the West Midlands rather than West Yorkshire. Well, the team, your thoughts, what sort of game is it going to be today? Stoke in form, obviously. What are you expecting to see?
Yeah, listen, it's going to be a difficult one. I feel like Stoke, as you've touched on there, have picked up from January. A lot of clubs go through a sticky period throughout the season there. I feel like they had one at one point, and now they're, I think, 5 unbeaten. So listen, it'll be a difficult game for us. But I think, as the manager touched on there shouldn't be any pressure on the lads. Pitch looks good, and hopefully we can get a good result.
Gruelling schedule there, isn't it? I mean, the Championship in general, but also Easter with another game on Monday. Yeah,
it is, but everyone has to do it. We're not on our own there. As a Championship club, every team's going to be doing the same. So we've probably been a bit unfortunate with injuries and my suspension, but listen, the players there are going to be able to do the job, and the manager's going to be relying on a lot of the same people.
Funny though, for every, I guess, negative, there's a positive. That gives an opportunity for someone else to perhaps gain some experience, some of the younger Robins.
Yeah, I feel like in football in general, that's a lot of players need that situation to occur. Omar's obviously come in this season whenever we've missed a few players in midfield through injury, and fair play to the lad. He's come in there, and I think that's his second or third start there. So listen, we want everyone to do well, and hopefully he does.
Okay, all right, Mark, for now, thank you very much. Let's take a look at some previous Bristol City action. Now, get us in the mood for some good Friday football. I'll take you back to last season when we faced the Potters.
That's a loose one. Matty James gets the ball into Chris Martin. It slid through to Semenyo. Could be a golden opportunity here for Bristol City. Semenyo drives over the crossbar. What a waste. Could have squared it there to Chris Martin. Wrong option, perhaps.
I think so. It's a good run. Great forward pass. Anton coming right across the pitch. Can he slip Chris Martin in for a tap in?
Bristol City and their players represented their national sides all around the globe. Of course, Semenyo was potentially linking up with his national side as it swung in. A fine save, a strong palm away from Dan Bentley. It was a cracking header, though.
Super save by Bents. Parries it into a great area as well. Just need to get pressure on the cross.
Dan Bentley stands tall in the Bristol City goal. It will be Baker to take this one up and over the wall. Clatters the crossbar. Bristol City need to stay alert, and Bentley punches away. Time sort of stood still there as that one hit the woodwork. We'll see this again. Flick comes from Semenyo. Andy Weimann pokes it away from the centre half. Can he grab his 20th of the season? It was a cracking effort. A good save from Bonham, you have to say, but my words. It's an awkward one to kind of bring under control. Lovely skill from Semenyo. Jada Silva in acres of space. Players flooding into the box. The cross seems to be good. And Jada Silva bags his first of the season.
Brilliant.
He wheels away to the Bristol City fans. Whether it was a cross, whether it was a shot, who cares?
I was begging for him to roll it across for a tap in, but I think he's decided to shoot. Fantastic.
All smiles in the Bristol City away, and they've been singing all afternoon. It comes from Semenyo's strength. Jada Silva looks up. Powers home.
Great strike.
And it's all Bristol City fans now making the noise.
just chatting in the studio. So for you, was it a cross? Was it a strike?
100%. No, listen, Jay's the only person that knows the answer to it, but for me, I feel like it's a cross. It's an unbelievable goal, by the way. I scored a similar one in the playoff final, but it was just a complete mishit cross. So I'm trying to speak from experience there, but lovely goal, and obviously it was the match winner that day.
Very good. All right. Well, we'll leave it for Jay to know that, and we'll all wonder. Good stuff. You're watching Robins TV. Thanks very much for joining us on Good Friday. All the action for you guys that are subscribed to Robins TV. Don't forget, of course, you can subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, you can go and buy your pass for £10. This is a game that is available both domestically here in the UK and overseas. bcfc.co.uk for all of the details. Still to come, a Robins TV exclusive with none other than Sam Bell, plus all the action from the Bet365 Stadium. It is Stoke City versus Bristol City, and kickoff is at 3 o'clock.
So we've got all this outdoor space here, and it's perfect for companies to come in, whether they're small or large. So we cater for maybe a team of 12 or a team of 800. They can come here, have a really positive experience, and be rewarded for all their hard work in the office or whatever industry they're from.
As we've got such a big company, a lot of us don't see each other.
Being able for the first time to get everyone out together in one place doing an activity together was great for team bonding and boosting that morale.
We can hone in on specific skills such as communication, leadership, teamwork, resilience. Here we've got a 400-metre military assault course, which is fantastic for team building. If you want a morale booster, this is the place to come.
welcome back to Robins TV. I am here with Mark Sykes. More from Sykesy on the way very shortly indeed. First of all, we've talked a lot about him already today. He's the product of the Bristol City Academy and the son of one of our most loved former players. No pressure then. Well, our reporter Dan White has been catching up with Sam Bell.
Sam, welcome to Robins TV. Your first time chatting to us in what has been truly your breakthrough year, I think, this season. So, has scoring your first goals in the red of Bristol City been a box ticked from your sort of pre-season goals, if you like?
Yeah, definitely. I think at the start of every year, I like to set myself, goals to achieve throughout the season, and the start of this year, that was definitely one of them to get off the mark. In the red of Bristol City. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to push you for what your goals are next season, but surely it's about stepping it up again, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. You always want a upwards trajectory. So yeah, next season we'll be building on this year, and then so on and so forth.
Nice. Yeah, I know now never to ask a striker how many goals they want to score. Let's talk about you now. So you were born into the club, almost literally, really. Your dad was still a player here when you came along. So how much does this club mean to you? You've been around this place pretty much all of your 20 years.
Yeah, like you said, when I was born, my dad was a player here, and I got to attend his last game for the club, which I didn't remember too much of, but I do remember going on the pitch and being sort of overwhelmed even back then. And then I've lived 10 minutes from the ground my whole life, so I've always kept an eye out, supported them, and to now be playing for the club is a huge honour.
Yeah, I mean, what's it like growing up with your dad, who is a professional footballer? Was he an inspiration to you? I guess it's probably a weird question because for you he's just dad, but was he an inspiration for you in any way?
Yeah, definitely. He's always someone I've looked up to, and I feel like he's helped me massively in my career. He's always sort of never put any pressure on me. He's just sort of let me enjoy my football and guided me if I needed to. But yeah, he's helped me a lot, and he's definitely a bit of a role model for me.
That's good. It's good to hear. You've got the genes, obviously, and the natural ability, which takes you to the City Academy when you were a teenager, of course. But I'd love to go into that environment, if you can take us into that environment. When does football start to become a bit more serious? I mean, you said that your dad, Mickey, obviously said just enjoy it. But when does football start to become a bit more serious, and that this isn't just a game anymore?
Yeah, the teammates I had through the academy, we were a tight-knit group, and we're all obviously very talented, so we are always pushing each other and striving to get to the ultimate goal, which is the first team. But it's definitely a competitive environment, because at the end of the day it's you against your best mate, if you like. But obviously with my strike partner back in the day was Tommy, and to be playing with him now, we've pushed each other that whole way, and then to be playing with him now is it's a bit surreal, to be honest.
It doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen very often that both of you make it, especially at the same club. At the tail end of 2022, we have the FA Cup run. You played a massive part of that, of course, scoring goals, winning awards for certain rounds as well. So what was it like scoring that first City goal, last minute, away, at Swansea of all places as well? Talk us through the emotions of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I could have written it any better, to be honest. In front of the away fans, last few minutes to score the winner, it was an unbelievable feeling. Like I've said before, from the moment the ball left my foot to celebrating, I don't really remember that period. The emotions just sort of took over a bit, but just seeing the ball hit the back of the net was a huge relief, and it was great.
It's incredible scenes. Your dad is obviously your biggest fan. I don't know if you know this, because I think only really a couple of us saw this, but he was running around the players' lounge after you scored twice against West Brom in the next round. I think he was looking for somebody else to tell them that you scored, because they missed it. But his face was a picture. Is there like an added sense of pride knowing that you are following in his footsteps and you are making your own story now as well?
Obviously, I want to have my own sort of career and stuff. But you know, like having him there by my side and seeing how proud he looked was, yeah, but it did put a big smile on my face. And I actually, when I was celebrating the first goal against West Brom, I looked in the crowd, and that was the first thing I saw, just his smile there. So yeah, it was good to see that. Yeah.
Nice. Well, here's to many more memories like that, and
yeah.
Here's to you making, as I say, making your own story now,
yeah.
following your own path. So
yeah.
Good luck, Sam. And
thank you.
Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you guys. Cheers.
Sam Bell chatting to Dan White there at the HPC. Sykesy seems like a lovely lad.
Yeah, no, a great kid. You know, really pleasant person to have around the club. Never complains about anything, and good fun. So, yeah, nice kid to have.
Good. Let's get back to today. It's going to be a tough one today, isn't it? Very close in that league position. Yep. Stoke on great form. Us wanting all 3 points.
Yeah, obviously we were disappointed to only come away with a point last weekend there, and Stoke have obviously been on a good run of form there, so difficult game away from home, but we'll be happy to try and go and win that game there today, and hopefully we can.
Do you think, you know, from a player's point of view, you know, psychology is such a massive part of the game now. When you come up against a team that's on a good run, does that fire you up even more? Does that give you even more of a reason to want to play well?
Well, I just feel like in football it's a massive confidence game, you know. I feel like Stoke at the minute, they're just high on confidence, feel like, you know, if they score the first goal they can happily go on and win the game, you know. And for us that's the same. If we get that first goal today, we start believing ourselves and hopefully we can come out on top.
Obviously it's frustrating for you to be here rather than in Stoke. There's no Cal Naismith this morning, although I did see him walking his dog in Portishead. Hi Cal. There's no Thomas Callis, no Alex Scott. Do you think that is also a psychological thing? We know that we're sort of in a situation where we're getting towards the end of the season. Yeah,
listen, it's difficult. You know, squad's obviously late at the minute, missing a few bodies, but as I touched on earlier, there's a lot of players out there playing for a big reason, you know. There's players playing for big contracts and people, like I say, playing to stay in the team or try and get in the team for especially next year as well and impress the manager, which everyone's always trying to do. And what you want to do is get on a good run, isn't it? And as soon as you start to do that, it sort of breeds confidence. You're just looking at Naki Wells there, you know, as soon as Naki scores a goal and then there's another goal and all of a sudden confidence in the cap just huge. Yeah, even for my situation there a few months back, whenever I scored my first couple of goals, it felt like every time we were on the attack I could have scored another one, and obviously with the international break and then the suspension, it kind of kills my momentum a little bit, but I'm hoping to finish the season strong with the last 4 games that I've got, and hopefully the lads go and produce a big result today. And what we need to do is replicate that win at Deepdale. That was the last win away on the road. And who scored in that one? Yeah, no, it was a nice one that day. Good stuff. Mark, for now, thank you very much. You're watching Robins TV. We have to say goodbye to our viewers on Facebook and YouTube now. However, it is a domestic broadcast. You can go and buy your Robins TV pass right now at bcfc.co.uk. bcfc.co.uk if you would like a Robins TV pass to watch the Sky Bet Championship action, which is kicking off in just a few moments' time. However, if not, we'll see you again soon, and thanks for watching.